Imagine a letter from HMRC. Real headed paper, official stamp the lot, and it says this: Dear taxpayer, there is a box. Whatever you put in this box and whatever it grows into, we will never tax. Not the growth, not the income, not when you take it out. We won't even ask you to tell us about it. Forever. Yours sincerely, the tax office. You'd bin it. You'd assume it was a scam because everything else in this series has been the system quietly taking a slice of everything you do. The thresholds, the clawbacks, the creep. And yet the box is real. It has existed for over 25 years. You've almost certainly heard its name 1,000 times. And here is the genuinely maddening part. The one time the system left a door wide open, most of the country either walked straight past it or wandered through and then used it completely wrong. The box is an ISA, and before your eyes glaze over, stay with me, because I promise you the word is the most boring thing about it. 20 grand a year of allowance per person, and everything inside is invisible to the taxman for life. No capital gains tax, no dividend tax, no income tax on anything you ever draw out. It doesn't even go on a tax return. In a system built to absorb everything, this is the one room where absorption is switched off. So how do we, as a nation, use this miracle? Three ways, all wrong. Mistake one, not at all. Millions of people have never opened one because the whole thing sounds like something other people do. Mistake two, and this is the big one, the country treats the box like a piggy bank. The overwhelming majority of ISA money that gets put away each year goes into cash ISAs. Cash. Inside a wrapper designed to shelter growth, we store the one asset that barely grows. It's like being handed a greenhouse and using it to store bicycles. And I know the objection. My savings are already tax-free. There's a personal allowance for interest. There is. £1,000 of interest a year if you're a basic rate taxpayer. But get promoted over the 40% line, and it halves to 500, which at today's rates is breached by a perfectly ordinary emergency fund. So the system gives you a rise with one hand and shrinks your tax-free shelter with the other. You've heard that tune before on this channel. And mistake three, the people who do invest inside it often leak the whole advantage away in fees, expensive platforms and expensive funds quietly skimming 1.5% a year off the top, which over decades is a bigger bite than the taxman would have taken. Let me show you what these mistakes actually cost, because the gap is not small, it is life-changing. Take the 50 quid standing order from episode 4, grown up a bit. Say £250 a month. In a cash ISA at typical long-run rates, 30 years of that gets you somewhere around 120 grand, and inflation will have chewed a hole in every note of it, because that's the tax nobody prints on cash. Every year prices rise faster than your savings rate. A slice of your purchasing power is absorbed, as surely as anything on a payslip, just with no line item to catch your eye. The same 250 in the same wrapper, but invested in the sort of boring global index, fund the evidence keeps favoring, at ordinary long-run market returns, lands somewhere around 300 grand. Same money, same box, same discipline. The only difference is what you put inside, and the difference is roughly a house deposit and a decade of freedom. And tax-free means that entire gap is yours, not a penny owed, not a form filed. Now, in case you think the wrapper barely matters, look at what's happened outside it. The tax-free allowance for capital gains outside an ISA has been slashed from over 12 grand to 3. The dividend allowance cut from 2,000 to 500. Invest anywhere unwrapped, and the absorption machine is waiting with smaller and smaller mercy every year. They shrank the world outside the box, which makes the box more valuable than it has ever been. And still, the nation stores bicycles in the greenhouse. Meanwhile, quietly, there are thousands of ISA millionaires in this country. Ordinary account, same 20 grand limit as you, filled properly, left alone for decades. The ceiling on this thing is not the problem. The usage is. So here's how you actually use the box, and it's an order of operations, not a product pitch. Step 1 comes before the ISA entirely. If your employer matches pension contributions and you haven't claimed the full match, that's still first. It's free money at a rate no ISA can touch. Episode 5. Step 2. Redirect. That standing order from Episode 4, the one that leaves the day after payday, its destination should be a stocks and shares ISA, not a savings account wearing a costume. Opening one takes about the same effort as ordering a takeaway. Step 3. Keep it boring and keep it cheap. A simple global tracker fund, total costs well under 0.5% a year, and then the hardest instruction in all of finance, leave it alone. No picking winners. No checking daily. The box does the tax magic. The world economy does the growing. Your only job is to keep feeding it and stay out of the way. Quick aside if you're saving for a first home. There's a version called a lifetime ISA where the government adds 25% to everything you put in, up to $4 grand a year. A free grand annually with strings attached. Look them up. But if a deposit is your goal, that's the room to check first. And one more thing the box gives you that the pension never can. The door swings both ways. Pension money is locked until your late 50s. ISA money is yours tonight if life demands it. That's why you want both. The pension is the fortress. The ISA is the bridge that gets you there early or bails you out on the way. Oh, and the allowance is per person, not per household. A couple gets 40 grand of doorway a year between them. Use it or lose it, because unused allowance doesn't roll over. Every 5th of April, the door closes on that year forever. Now the reframe, because there's a question hiding under this episode. Why would a system built to absorb everything leave one door open? And the honest answer is, the door was never meant to be secret. It's just that nobody profits from walking you through it. The bank makes more when your money idles in cash. The government's books look fine either way. Wealthy families have been marching their 20 grand through that door every April for a quarter of a century. That's where those ISA millionaires came from. The door is open to everyone. The tour is only given to some. This channel is the tour. So here's your one job tonight. Open your savings app, your cash ISA, wherever your rainy day money lives, and find one number. The interest rate it's actually earning. Not the headline rate from the advert 2 years ago. The rate now on the screen. Then put it next to inflation. If your rate is lower, your safe money has a guaranteed leak, and now you've measured it. That's it. No opening anything, no moving anything tonight. Just find the rate. Because once you've seen the leak with your own eyes, you won't need me to tell you what to do about it. See you in the next one.